Lockbounders, I felt they'd done absolutely too much work. They tried to take control of the race, and maybe just boosted by that victory midweek at Wevelgem that they've decided still to come to the front. But in a race like Paris-Roubaix, you really need to conserve your energy a little bit, because the important thing is to have more riders at the finish as possible.
Well, somebody's instructed Farm Freeze to put the hammer down. We're absolutely flying here at the moment. The road has come off the cobbled sector, but just look at this now. This is the chase in full flight. Now, we're still a little way, but not that far from entry into the forest of Arenberg. Jackie Duron here, as we've rejoined the leaders, is applying the pressure. We're at Kerenang now, a 1,600-metre stretch, Category 2 cobblestones. They're all going to follow the wise old Jackie Duron as he tries to pick the smoothest route. But this race is now very much under pressure. Tom Steele's in second place, giving a good length to Jackie while he sees the cobblestones for himself.
See how Jackie Duron was just riding down the outside of the road there. Now, this is a very dangerous thing to do, especially on dry Paris-Roubaix, because you're actually riding through a lot of small stones, little flints that have been brought in during the last few months when it's been raining, and that is when you do seriously get a bad risk of a puncture. But no problem there for Tom Steele. He allowed Jackie Duron to ride, 2 or 3 bike lengths in front of him, and then once we get onto the smooth asphalt, he's in fact just moved up. Paris-Roubaix for him, as we heard David Miller said, is one of the most important days of the whole season.
Well, we're looking here at the names of that leading group. They're still up here. They've thinned down, as I say, from an original group of 12, which got away before the first sector of Pavé at Troisville. And they're holding on at the moment, Paul. The last time check I had was 3 minutes 20 seconds.
Certainly, and Andre Schmil is still right. There's a problem. This is Jackie Duron here. I would think Jackie Duron's got a flat tyre. That's unlucky. This is a bad section to have a flat tyre, Phil, because on the asphalt sections, it's so difficult to actually organise yourselves and get...
car. They actually had to put a special bike on the roof just for Kelly.
Absolutely. He certainly was one of the last bike riders to actually switch across to the clipless pedals, and he really was a real traditionalist, Kelly. He didn't like too many things being done to his machine. He liked to stick to the bike that he had. In fact, until the very last year that he raced, he was still one of the few riders that used to use cotton handlebar tape.
That sounds like Sean to me. And remember that Sean Kelly was the big winner of this race. He won it when they increased the prize money to many thousands of dollars, and you can bet your life Kelly was the first in 1984, and then he won again in 1986. He loved this race.
Well, right on the back here is one of the new teams we've seen on the circuit this year. This is the Bonjour team from France, and the man wearing 214 there is Sébastien Joly. The team, in fact, is looked after by Jean-René Bernadotte, who's a former wearer of the yellow jersey at the Tour de France, a former white jersey winner outright at the end of the Tour de France. Yeah. And he's actually brought this team along slowly over the last few years, because he's actually been looking after the Vendée U amateur team in the Vendée region of France, which is over by Brittany. And he's been dreaming of bringing a young team up to the level of being able to be professional, and this is their first season.
So, bonjour for Joly. Perhaps Bon Nuit might be a better name for the team right now, because I think he's losing contact with that lead group. And it's the Rabobank now, the experienced squad with Sorensen trying to drive on this group now. Remember, by the way, that we saw Rolf at the top of our show there. No Dane has ever won this race. Only 9 different nationalities, by the way, have ever won Paris-Roubaix since it was first created, and won by a German way back in 1890.
To get back up to this leading group, which is now down to 6 men.
Marty Jemison just ahead here of Matty White. There he is. Could be in the spot of bother as well. But Jackie Duron, Paul, chasing back there. He's achieved an awful lot in his career, and he seems to have gone largely unnoticed. I mean, back in '92, that long escape, which gave him the Tour de Flanders. And then 2 years ago, he won Paris Tours, and that was the first French victory for, what, 42 years? And he also won the prologue. Okay, a little bit of luck at Saint-Brieuc, which gave him the yellow jersey in the Tour de France. But he's won other stages in the Tour. He's done an awful lot, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Let's not forget he's been 2 times national champion of France as well.
Yeah.
A chance there just to see the national champion's jersey of Jan Kursipou on the front there.